Can everybody hear me and see my screen? Awesome. Okay, let's just get started. By the way, I'm Gideon. If it's the first time being on this session, and a bit about myself. I've been trading these currencies for the past 8, 9 months now. I've been in for I think the beginning of March or so. That's when I really got in. Okay, and someone introduced me to me. I was at Tesco's, right? I was working at Tesco's, and one of my friends introduced me to trading and all those stuffs. Okay, although I knew I have seen all these stuffs online, but to me it wasn't true. Then how can someone sit home just be pressing buttons and be catching all these pips and money and all this stuff, right? But for me, it wasn't that real to me because I know about fraudsters and all this stuff. They try to take your money and all this stuff, right? But what I did was that when the person introduced me to it, he booked me an appointment with his mentor. Okay, I failed the first time. He told me I should just show up the second time, even if I do not want to join. I should just come in and listen to whatever that they have to say, and that's it. Okay, so my whole perspective of going on the second one was just to go and listen and tell them, oh, I think about it or whatever it is. Okay, I remember Maurice did the meeting. Okay, so Maurice did it and he killed it. And I was thinking, you know what? It's just 180. It's just like a pair of shoes, whatever it is. In case I pay and I don't get nothing, it's like it's just like a pair of shoes. I don't lose nothing, isn't it? So what I did was that instantly I had £200 in my account at that time, and because we got paid that week, but I misused it buying unnecessary stuff and all those stuff. Okay, because I came up from the type of society that I didn't know about investment and all those stuff. I came up in a society that you have to work before you get money. Okay, because I didn't know nothing about investment. I didn't know nothing about all these. Okay, so what I did was that I paid 180, remaining with my £20. Funny enough, because I remember I was in college. Okay, and I haven't got my bus pass. All right. I don't know if you've done this before. When you take the tram, right, and you don't pay, you be standing right guard at the gate. Believe me, that was what I was doing for the whole of that month. Okay, because I sacrificed that 180, even though I wasn't that passionate. I was just trying my luck or whatever it was. Okay, but I stayed on, and I knew people were making a lot of money and all those stuffs. I wasn't serious in the first 3 months, but I knew people was making a lot of money. That was the reason why I was paying to get on. Okay, but finally I got serious and I tried. Maurice told me I should go on IMO TV and find traders that I might like. So I found out Christopher Derrick. That was the first trader that I started following. Okay, and his strategy was so simple. I'll show you in this trading session two. Okay, and I learned a certain strategy from Starboy 2 by using the Fibonacci. That was so simple. Okay, by utilizing the Fibonacci and all the stuff. Okay, so I'm going to be 100% transparent with every single question you guys ask. And these stuffs is going to be these stuff that I'm going to show you guys is going to be very simple and easy. The hardest part is that, and the hardest part of trading is that understanding your mindset. Okay, and who here on this call have gone through the trials and tribulations of trading and wanted to quit at some point? That's right. That's right. Sure. Yeah. So I'm going to tell you exactly what to take your trading to the next level because I understood that the truth is 100%. The mindset or the mentality was 90%, and the skill set, okay, was just 10%. Because anytime I lose trade at then I just go around the whole day beating myself out. I get so pissed, I get so angry, and all those that I had to control my emotions. One thing that I knew was that the market do not care about my feelings. Okay, the market do not care about your feelings. All right, so I had to put my feeling aside and face the reality. Okay, so I'll make sure I make these ones very simple because there's going to be a point in life when never or some trades never goes your way. Okay, and it's fun. It's fun. It's fun. Okay, because you have to just stay consistent. Just stay consistent. One phrase that I read from the Rich Dad Poor. I've actually got you. Let me try and read it to you guys. It's very, very important. It says, truly, thoughts are things, okay, and powerful things are that when mixed with what he mentioned, three things here. When mixed with purpose, persistent, and burning desire. This is the three things that he mentioned. A purpose, okay. Number one, why are you actually doing this? What is the reason? Okay, because when you've got a stronger reason, when something that's a lot tougher than you that hits, you're going to be start firm. Okay, the reason why you are doing this, you think people are crazy to fail 6 times and just to come back for the seventh time and try to win. It's not, because they know what they will get. They know the reason. That is what, even when they fail, they still get back on their feet. Okay. The second thing he talked about was persistence. Persistent. That is very, 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 very serious. Persistent, like what you want, to go in after it every single day, writing your goals down, reading it to yourself in the morning, at the night before you go to bed, knowing exactly where you are going. Okay, persistent, going after it day and night. You want it and you get it. Okay, believe me. And the third thing that he talked about was what, burning desire. Burning desire. That's one thing that I had when I started it. I promised myself I was going to learn it. Okay, I promised myself I was going to be on the chart until I get better, until I start placing trades on myself. Because yesterday, Renee was talking about some things in forex and all that trading and all this. The first thing that she talked about was fear, and it's true. And it's true. I've gone through all that, because when I started, me picking up my fingers, pressing a sell or a buy was a big problem, because 80% of the conversation we have is with ourselves. Okay. Because the things that I was saying was that, what if I lose the trade? Or what if it doesn't go my way? What if it doesn't you see, all these stuffs are negative stuffs. All right. And also, I've got a phrase here that was from Benjamin Disraeli, because what he said was that nothing can resist the human will that will stake even its existence on its state purpose. Okay. Nothing can resist the human will. If someone wants to do something, if you really want to do something, nothing is going to get in your way, because you know exactly what you're moving towards to. So I'll make sure I make this as simple as possible for you guys. Okay. Who here on this call thinks is getting great value and wants me to continue? Making sense. Making sense. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. Awesome. So I'll start with the New Zealand dollar and US dollars. Okay. I'll delete everything and I'll show you what actually happened here. Okay. Okay. In Forex, we've got three type of trends. Okay. We've got three type of trends. The first trend that I want to show you is the uptrend. Okay. The uptrend. That's when market goes up. Okay. Goes back. Okay. Goes up. Goes back. So in these uptrends, okay, the pullbacks, you can name them as well. That is, let me just highlight them for you to see them. Okay. That is what, on an uptrend, that is the higher lows and that is the higher highs. Okay. Higher highs and the lower lows. You need to identify them. I'll go on the chart for it to be a lot clearer for you guys. Okay. And there's something called the measurements. Okay. Measurement in, let's say, the shift in momentum that went up here. Okay. Let's say it made 100 pips. Okay. More or likely, what the market does is that it repeats itself. If it moved 100 pips, it's more likely to move another 100 pips here. Okay. If you pull back 30 pips, it's more likely to pull back 30 pips here. Okay. And one rule that you need to know is that you only have to buy on an up. Find ways and means to buy on an up. Okay. You need to know that. Now, on a downtrend, okay, let me draw it up. It pulls back. drops, and it pulls back. Okay, what the market does is that it gives you what the lower lows and the higher highs. You need to identify them. The lower lows, okay, and that should be the higher highs, right? So on the downtrend too, you only have to what sell the market, only find ways and means to sell the market. And now there is one that is called the sideways movement or the sideways market. The market actually isn't moving, it just goes up and down, ups and down, up and down, consolidation, indecision. Okay, one thing that I can tell you about these indecisions and consolidations that never trade. Okay, you do not have to play straight when price is consolidating because you don't know actually where it is going. Okay, so these are the three types of trends. Okay, these are the three types of trends. Now let's go on the chart and I'll show you exactly. Let me delete everything. Okay. And also, one structure, I need to show you this before I go on. That will make a lot of sense. For me to sell a market, okay, for me to sell a market, this is how I would like to see the structure because anytime I flip through pairs, I want to see certain types of structure, market structures, okay? On a downtrend, or let's say for me to sell a pair, I want it to keep pushing down, okay? And as soon as I see it pushing back up, I knew it has what made what a higher lows here and a lower lows, and it needs to make what a higher lows, okay? That's where you should be entering, but you don't know exactly where it's going to make it. That is why I use Fibonacci most of the times, okay? So on a Fibonacci, on a downtrend, okay, you only use Fibonacci on a trending market, okay? Because on the Fibonacci, on a downtrend, all you have to do is that pull your fib from what the high lows to the lower lows, okay? And I only takes my trades of where 61.8. You guys need to know that. I only take trades of the 61.8. All right. So mostly what the market does is that it keep pushing up to the 61.8. And what does it do? It drops. Okay. I'm going to show you an example. All right. Let's see what happened in this NCD USD. Okay. You see the market structure that I was telling you about you guys. You see the market structure. As soon as I see it pulling down and I start coming back up, what do? I use my fib for more the higher lows, right? All the way to where? The lower lows. Okay. And where the price tap up from? This 1.8. Okay. This 1.8 was a draw up. Drop roughly 9 pips. Okay. Anytime I use the Fibonacci, I risk about 35 to 40 pips. Now, why do I risk that? I most of the times like my stop loss to be at least 10-15 pips away from the 78.6, okay, on the fib level. So risking 35, what the price do, price literally whipped it. And that was the drawdown. And what I do is that anytime, most of the time that I take trades of the 61.8, I take my last take profit at the 61.8 and negative 61.8 down here. Okay, what the price actually end up doing. Let me show you. Okay, so we were risking about 35. Perfect. For potential of where the negative 61.8 is. That's 91 pips. Okay, what the price actually do. Price with that and then reversed. Okay, so that means you've been able to secure these 91 pips. All right, and now this is my honest um, setup for this pair. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. Now, what do we see again? You see, market repeats itself. What do we see again? Market pushing down. And now, what do you see again? It start pushing up. It has made what? High lows and the lower low. I do not know where the high lows is going to make. All I do is that I pull my fib and the high lows to the lower lows. Okay, and where is 61.8? Right there. 61.8. Right there. And what do you see here? A ceiling, okay, ceiling. So that and what a floor. So that makes that area really valid. Okay, makes the area valid. Now I have to draw out the zone. I just click that way. Let me draw out the zone. If you guys got any questions, just drop it down below, and I'll be answering them as we go on. Let me extend this down. Okay. So my next move for this NZD USD, I've actually set sell limit, okay, because I feel it might be able to happen this night. So what I would like to see is that I would like to see the market pushing up to the 61.8, and I want to see the market dropping. Okay, that's what I would like to see. So that means we'll be risking, let's see how many pips we'll be risking, because I like it to be at least 10 to 15 pips away from this 78.6. All right. So even if you're risking 35 pips, how many pips is it away? Roughly 12 pips. Okay, which is still good. Roughly 12 pips is good. And my last take profit is going to be where? Negative 61.8. That's roughly 176 pips. Okay, I've already secured 91 pip from here, and it's more likely to happen again. Okay, because mind you, that wall, that resistance, okay, or that floor was broken, and now it needs to test it back as well as a newfound ceiling. Okay, so that is my next setup for this NCD USD. Now let's go to the odd chef. Okay, that is one skill utilized by Crystal Derrick. What he does is that supporting the resistance. Okay, supporting the resistance, because the only thing that you need in trading to you don't need like much skills to be perfect in trading. All you need is to be able to master support and the resistance. Okay, if you are able to master support and the resistance in trading, it becomes a lot easier, because Christopher Derrick doesn't use math tools. Literally, what he uses is that the horizontal line. That's it. Okay, just to capture price in a certain price zone. Now let's see what happened here, right? Consolidation, indecision. Now what he does is that he draws out, he captures price in a certain zone, okay? Price in the zone, right? And now what he does is that as soon as he waits for price either to break through the upside or to break through the downside, all right? As soon as price break through the upside, you might think, oh, it never retest, okay? You mark up the chart on the 1 hour, and then you take the trades of the 30 and the 15-minute chart. Now let's see what happened, okay? Now let's draw the zone. Let's pick that way also. It's always a zone. It's always a zone. Now let's pull this down a bit and draw out. Well, let's draw out. Perfect. Let's do the same thing down here. Okay. Now, one thing you need to know is that anytime a price break through the ceiling or the floor, okay, always wait for the retest. If it doesn't retest, you don't take the trade. Okay, you do not take the trade. This is the reason why I said you mark up the chart on there. 1 hour. As soon as you see it breaking the support and resistance, you tune into the 15-minute chart to see the retest a lot clearer. Now, what do you see? That was a flow, and the flow was broken. Okay. Now I want you to pay close attention to here. What did the market end up doing? It broke it. It came back to prove it as a newfound ceiling. That was a flow. That was a newfound ceiling. Okay. As soon as you see that, what do? You sell it. You sell it. And with this type of strategy, always your first take profit should be 30 pips, and you should risk it 30 pips. Okay. Always risk 30 pips for 30 pips with this type of trading. Right. I'll show you how you'll be able to capture every bits and pieces of the market. Okay, risking 30 for 30. All right. So you've been able to secure your first 30 pips. And there's one rule that you need to follow. Okay, let me write this down. You need to follow this. 10 to 15 to 15 pips in profit. What do? Move stop loss 2 pips below your entry. Now, why do I move my stop loss 2 pips below my entry? How many times do we move our stop loss to break even? When it goes back and it hits it, it still takes it to negative. Who has experienced this before? That's all the time. That's all the time. This is the reason why I move my stop loss 2 pips below my entry. Okay, 2 pips below my entry. Now this is the rule: 10 to 15 pips in profit. You move your stop loss to what? To secure your entry. Okay, entry, because what on a 1 hour chart you will see it has retest. So I want to go on the 15 minutes. You see it a lot clearer right there. You break in the retest and what, and drop it. Okay, and drop it. Now what is my next move for also this odd chef? Okay, what is price also doing here? Indecision again. Okay, indecision again. Let's mark out the zone. Okay, let's try this zone also. All right, let's go on the 15 minutes and see if it did retest. And I won't actually consider this as a retest. Okay, so what I would like to see is that the market pushing back up to the floor that was broken to test itself as a new found ceiling. What will I be doing? I'll be selling again. Okay, selling again, because it repeats itself over and over and over and over and over again. Okay, I hope you guys are getting great value from what I'm doing, because this is very, very simple. All you have to be doing is that do it every single day. Practice it every single time. Do it until you get better. Okay, until you get better. Would you want to set a sell limit? I only set sell limit and buy limit when I'm using the fib. Only set sell limit and buy limit when using the fib. This is something that I caught this morning. What did I do? Price was indecision. Okay, it break through the upside, and what did he do? It tested it out. Okay, as soon as it tests out, what do? I buy it. Okay, one rule: 10 to 15 pips. Move your stop loss to break even. I want to find setup for this. Okay, perfect, perfect. I've got this GBP USD. Okay, this GBP USD. I had a buy limit for this GBP USD. All right. Okay, I had a buy limit for this GBP USD last week. All right. Let me delete everything and show you what actually happened. There is another friend that I had to tell you guys. It's called the big move in the market. Okay, I told you guys on the downtrend, what do you have to do to sell it? Okay, on an uptrend, what do you have to do? You have to buy. All right, find ways and means to buy. But there are certain the reason why I buy sometimes in a downtrend, because I know there's going to be a change of shifts. Okay, change of impulse move in the market. Okay, you see the way that we had this downtrend, I believe the same thing that we're going to have on this uptrend. And this is how I was able to capitalize this part of the market. When we started, I showed you the types of structure that I would like to see. That is exactly the same thing we've seen here. Price kept pushing up, pushing up, pushing up. And when it was coming down, it made what? A high lows and what? And a high highs. I do not know where it's going to make the high lows. So all I do is that I pull my fib, what? From these high lows to the high highs. Okay, and where do I take my trades? 61.8. So I had a buy limit of this is 1.8, although there was a bit of a drawdown right here. Okay, how many pips was the drawdown? Because we were risking about 35 to 40, was about, let's say, 27 drawdowns. Okay, because I blew up so many accounts at the beginning. Okay, I blew up so many accounts just because of not using proper risk management. Okay, because proper risk management is key. Although a trade is going to go your way, but ask yourself, would you be able to survive this drawdown? Okay, that is the thing. Would you be able to survive this drawdown? Okay, now I was risking 40 pips on this pair. Okay, let me show you. I was risking 40 pips on this pair. Okay, most of the times, what my risk to reward ratio is 1:2. most of the times my risk to reward ratio is 1:2 because I utilize two types of trading style. Okay, so it depends on what type of trading style I'm using. Okay, so anytime I take the trades of the 61.8, my last take profit is going to be where? The negative 61.8. That's around 255 pips. Okay, so risking 40, so that means my first take profit is going to be what? 80 pips. Okay, that was somewhere around here. Okay, that was somewhere around here, of which it got hit. All right, I'm still riding on this trade, waiting for my second TP somewhere there, this negative 27. Okay, I'm still holding on to this trade from last week, Friday. All right, this is the power of utilizing the fib, because what fib actually does is that it gives you perfect entries to the market. Okay, what this call face is getting great value. That's right. That's right. That's right. Perfect. Perfect. All right, wonderful. So let's go to, I've literally got about 5 minutes on here, okay? 5 minutes on here. Let me just show you another example, okay? That looks exactly like what the GBP USD, okay? What happened here? It was in a downtrend, right? It was in a downtrend. But you see that shifting momentum because anytime that the market is on a downtrend, this is how you know if there's going to be a shift in momentum, okay? That was what? The high lows, the lower low, high low, lower low. Now this was the last war high lows he made. So this is what we be paying attention to. Okay, this is what we be paying attention to. And what the price end up doing. It broke there. Okay, it broke there. That shows there is going to be what a change of trend. And also this is the type of I'll say it one more time again. I'll say it one more time again. For me to buy a pair, okay, I want to see price pushing up and price start coming back down. And what will I do? I use my fib all the way from what? The high lows to the high highs. And I take the face of the 61.8. Most of the times, what it ends up doing is that price comes down to the 61.8. And what does it do? It reverses. Okay, it reverses. Because I learned this type of trading style from Starboard because when I started, I was on swipe trade. I was using swipe trade a lot. Okay, I still use it till now. Okay, because what he does is that when he sends out the trades, he gives out the markups. Okay, on swipe trade. So what I do is that I look at the markups and I try and replicate the same thing on my trading view. Okay, this was how I did it over and over and over and over and over again. Okay, so you guys need to know is that trading is what 90% what mental and 10% what skills. Believe me, because it's kind of difficult to actually take in when you lose a trade. It's a bit difficult, believe me, because it will get to a certain time that your type of trading strategy, okay, any trade that you place, you go to negative. Any trade that you place, you go to negative. Okay, so it becomes a bit frustrating. But when we work on our mindset, it becomes a lot easier for us. Okay, so I think I'm leaving you guys very soon. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Okay, okay, beautiful. So I hope you guys had great value from this trading strategy. Okay, you see the same thing that happened to the war. The GBP card, same structure. It happens about 3 pairs, and I took it at the same time. What did I do on this? I took my last take profit at what the 61.8. It ended up hitting it today for 300 pips. Okay, 300 pips. I took it last week Friday. That's when I took all those free trades. Okay, that's how crazy it is because the market moves exactly the same because sometimes when you take a certain type of trades, okay, and you see that market structure and you see on different, and you know that, oh yeah, I've seen this structure before, and when it happened, this is what I did. Okay, it's all about doing it every single day, doing it every single day. Okay, you need to have passion for it. You need to have the burning desire. That's what Rich Dad Poor said. He says, "What persistent, okay, burning desire, okay, because if you haven't got the burning desire of something, it's like nothing that you're going to do is going to interest you because when the hardship or the hard time comes, you're going to end up quitting, okay, because you ask yourself, why am I even doing this? Okay, because you need to have burning desire and have what, because I promised myself I was going to stay on the chart. I was going to do it until I got myself better. Okay, so this Zoom call is being recorded and I'll post it back in the group chat if you want to rewatch it. So if no questions, I want to thank you guys for being on this Zoom call, and I hope every single one of you guys had great value. Okay, have a good evening and stay blessed. Peace.